Let's get it. First game we're going to get into, we're going to go to the NBA. Sixers and Wizards. Just cashed, like I said, on the over. I got this at 231.5 personally. Gave it out as well last night. This was 129, 126. Wizards get the outright win. We were worried about that over 231, flew right over. Here on the back-to-back, let's look at the injury report first. Sarr looking like he'll still be out. Trey Johnson still out, and Kispert and Cooper. For the 76ers side, Grimes now questionable. Paul George, Andre Drummond, Embiid out, Wofford out. But this one here, prop-wise, I'm going to have to go to a guy like Tyrese Maxey, averaging, 32.5 points per game this year out the gate. Would like a Quentin Grimes in here if you wanted to back Philly. Another guy, though, clearly Jared McCain, Oubre. Is Edgecombe going to be in? Let me see. Expecting Edgecombe to be in. He played there in the double overtime thriller. Check out these comments here on Wizards and 76ers. I like the price of Celtics Knicks. We'll get to that. There, DeAndre, talking about the Celtics Knicks game here. Definitely we'll get into that one as well. But for the pick here in this Wizards 76ers game, kind of glossed over it. Again, minus 13.5 here for the 76ers, kind of a big number. Instead of trying to go there, we'll go over 237.5. And I already mentioned I like the Tyrese Maxey 30-plus point prop. Again, averaging 30-something points a game already this year. And expect plenty of offense. Washington plays 0 defense. They did just get a nice outright win. But that one flew over as well. So, yes, we'll be over the total here on this one. Next game here, we got the Knicks and Celtics. DeAndre now was just talking about this one here, saying Knicks bad, only 2-6 ATS on the road, hard to want to back. Well, guess what? I'll get to the pick first, and then I'll do the explanation. 1 second. Pick, Knicks minus 120. Jalen Brunson, 30-plus points, 3 out of the last 5 games this guy's done it. First meeting of the year, it was a 105-95 victory for the Knicks. Brunson scored 31 points in that game as well. I expect a big performance out of him. If he can give us a 30-40 piece, why not Knicks? And Carl Anthony Town props. It'd be a square type bet. Don't get me wrong. But I'm liking the Knicks here in this spot. Joe Mazzulla just made some big time comments here, bashing the refs, talking about tackle football. I don't know if anybody saw those type of clips there, post-game interviews. I don't expect him to get some nice treatment here from these refs, even in their own arena. Give me the Knicks here. I like it. Perfect revenge spot for the Celtics. Exactly. I mentioned the, first game of the season there that these teams played, 105-95, a defensive game. We've seen the Celtics beat the Pistons at home. Yep. Oh, yeah. I was on the Celtics there in the NBA Cup. Again, tricky game. Trusting Vegas, having Knicks as the favorite. That's what I'm doing here, DeAndre. Sounds like he's on Boston, so we might be going head-to-head. Shout out to anybody who trusted me there with the Cal Baptists. They cover the plus 13, plus 12 there against Colorado in college basketball tonight. Can't always just look at the star-studded rosters. But yes, he says yes, sir. Hopefully DeAndre was on the plus points there with the Cal Baptist. Nice little cash out right there. But yes, we're on the Knicks. On to the next game. We're only going to gloss over a couple of these games now, too. We're not going to go over every game because I have to get into some college football. Again, trying to show off all the comments. Here's DeAndre right now in the chat. He'll be on Night Moves here in a couple hours with Ramon. Check that out. Facts, Bowling Green won outright. We were talking about Bowling Green. I wound up telling everybody else Kansas State or pass, so I passed. Should have just jumped on Bowling Green. I saw that one too last night. We were talking about it. But that's a nice cash out. Anybody that had the money line, super nice on that. But yeah, let's talk about this Thunders and Warriors game. What do you got here? Look at the injury report. I know Curry's now out for probably the next week or so. Butler's game time decision. Horford out. Draymond Green game time decision. Tell me about it. I don't want to really touch the Warriors with this. They have Pazinski. Kuminga is going to be playing. Moody and Richard. And then, Buddy Hield. It's a lot of perimeter young shooters who I don't know where they're going to get the defense from. I think OKC just completely outsizes them. I'm on OKC here, minus 11.5. And, of course, we're on another prop here, 30-plus pointer. I'll give you guys 3 30-plus point nights. Try to find plus money with these squares, heck, too. SGA, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson. You could 3-team those. But love these 3 games here in the NBA for tomorrow. All right, let's get into, I believe, what we're going to get into now, some hockey. Taking a shot here just off what I've been seeing all season long out of these Oilers is 50-50 hockey at best. Questionable goalkeeping at best out of Skinner. Don't know what we're going to get. What are they? 11-10, 5 out of the gate. Yeah, we're going to take some plus money here with the Wild, plus 135 here. I like the Kirill Kaprizov anytime goal, a Boldy goal. There's plenty of goals I can see out of this Wild squad. Total maybe over, but nah, we'll just stick with the plus money here with the Minnesota Wild. Just a couple of hockey games I like. Just a couple of hockey games. The next one, Blackhawks and Golden Knights. Real big funky spread in this one, or at least money lines. Golden Knights almost 300. No, thank you. That's all I got to say. But am I rushing here with the Blackhawks? No, not necessarily. I mean, I get it's a nice plus price. Not blaming anybody who wants to jump on it, but I just like the over a lot more. Vegas has gone 4-3 in the last 3 times in the last 5 games. The final score has been 4-3. And then obviously the Blackhawks there. The other night, 5-3 to the Ducks. 5 unanswered goals they scored versus the Ducks to win that game. Bedard is looking just elite level right now. Again, 5 points the other night. Give me the over 6. You see the props I picked there. Connor Bedard, anytime goal. Pafador Fayev, anytime goal from the Golden Knights. He's been cold as far as scoring the goals. It's almost 10-plus games. He hasn't scored a goal, and he came out the gate almost leading the NHL in goals. I don't know. It's about his time. He's due, and if these Golden Knights want to make any bit of a run, he's going to have to do something for sure. But I like the over 6 in that Blackhawks Golden Knights game. All right, let's move over to some college basketball here. Iowa, Michigan State, total 135.5. Michigan State here laying the 5.5 points. You guys should know where I'm going as far as prop wise. I've been already talking up this guy a lot. Jeremy Fears Jr., 10-plus assists. I love that prop here. The point guard out of Michigan State. Brothers in the NBA here, Jeremiah Fears. The double-doubles live as well. This kid averages double-digit points as well. But 9.5 assists he's averaging this year. I also like Michigan State. I'll just be real here. Minus 5.5. I just think Iowa, you look at who they've played compared to what Michigan State's played, already a little bit more battle-tested. Izzo's already has a little bit more talent, I think, surrounding Fears as well. Give me Michigan State here, minus the 5.5. On to the next game. Might be rocking the Florida hat. not on Florida in this one. Duke pretty much undefeated against the spread. Obviously undefeated 8-0, but 7-1 ATS. That one loss was a 10-point win on a 9-point spread, or excuse me, a 9-point win on a 10-point spread. So missed it by 1 point. I just think the bigs here for Duke and in Ngungba, obviously the freshman standout Boozer, I think they match up perfectly fine. Condon is questionable for the Gators. This new backcourt, I don't know if they mesh well just quite yet. It's still early in conference play, not even non-conference. Excuse me, it's non-conference play. Still early in the season. Xavier Lee, Boogie Flan, I'm talking about. You look at the team shooting percentage from 3, not looking good for Florida Gators. The free throws, same. Duke, just everything's outnumbered, and I like the guys off the bench, 6'6", 6'5", all around. I'm really high on this Duke squad. At the end of the day, I think they're Final Four bound all over again. And if you see the prop there that I like, Patrick Ngungba, over 1.5 blocks, if you can find that, try to find some plus money with his blocks. I think he's going to disrupt these Florida bigs and make it very hard for these guys, again, Xavier Lee and such. He's going to have that floater working because he's not going to be able to get straight to the rack with a guy like Ngongba down there, 6'11", 260. Yeah, he's a shot blocker. I like Duke a lot in this matchup. Next game, we got UConn and Kansas. Another big-time top 25 showdown here. Bill Self squad, not really in love with. I like UConn a little bit, again, more battle-tested. The Arizona game they played, there was some other ones. Off the top of my head. Let me just pull them up. You get to doing all these games, they all get to thinking and sounding the same here. It was the BYU outright win. Yes, they went toe-to-toe with Arizona and then, beat Illinois. 3 impressive wins, I think, out the gate, and not impressed with what Kansas did against that North Carolina. I remember that one, and then obviously didn't cover against Duke. I don't know. I thought Kansas actually, I know that's, or the Syracuse-Kansas game, the score looks a little bit, more lopsided than that game was. The turning point was there, that 3-point play, really the 4-point play, made the 3, or, got fouled, shooting a 3 and got 3 free throws there in that Kansas-Syracuse game. That was like 3 minutes left in that game, turned the momentum of that game. Syracuse was all in that game. Can't make any free throws, too. Syracuse is, can't make a single free throw. It turns into hack-a-shack there with one of the bigs there. I forgot the kid's name from Syracuse, but look out there. But Syracuse, I know I'm getting on a Syracuse rant. That was Kansas's big-time win, and I'm not high on Syracuse. I'm all over UConn here. Solo ball, Caravan props. Another kid I like on his props as well is this kid, Taris Reed. 10-plus rebounds with him. He's already back. He's played about 4 games. 15 points a game he's done as well. This 6'10", 6'11" kid. He's going to bang around, get some boards as well. He's averaging almost double-digit rebounds. I think he will here. I think he has a nice matchup versus like a Bryson Tiller from Kansas. Yeah, give me UConn here and give me that prop I like a lot. Taris Reed, 10-plus rebounds. All right, we're going to get a little something different here, a little different flavor. I'll give you guys some Spanish La Liga. We got Atletico Madrid taking on Barcelona here. And if you look at the historical last 5 matches, Barcelona's dominated, hasn't lost in 4 out of the 5, and 3 of them outright wins. They welcome back Pedri and De Jong back in the middle field. I like the Robert Lewandowski prop as well, an anytime goal out of him leading the Barcelona squad here in goals. Give me Barcelona here, minus 125 to get this one done. a little bit of Spanish La Liga action for anybody out there interested. And now we're going to get into some college football here on Friday. Some of these conference championship games. We have the North Texas Mean Green here taking on the Tulane Green Wave. This one here, a lot of what's the American Athletic Championship here. Summerall is leaving. It's official. He's going to be the head coach of Florida. But he's going to coach throughout the remainder of the season. Lane Kiffin didn't get to do that, but Summerall, I'm hearing now, is going to do that. And I think this team rallies behind the fact that this is their last hoorah. I like the schedule that Tulane had. I mean, they beat a Northwestern. They beat a Duke. They beat a Memphis. Who else? There was the Ole Miss loss. That's bad, which, I mean, Ole Miss is speaking of Lane Kiffin, but they're like a playoff team. And the only other loss was, that UTSA stinker. That one, I actually remember being on Tulane in that one too. But, that happens. A 10-2 record. I know North Texas themselves 11-1, but they've blown out just about everybody, putting 50, 30, 40 points up. I think 50 points in 8 out of the 12 games out of this North Texas offense. The one game that comes to mind was the game that I was on South Florida there, and this is how I think this game's going to go. Maybe not as high scoring, but I see Tulane's defense causing turnovers and causing havoc. North Texas wants to throw the ball all around the yard. And the problem with that is 3 and outs, a lot of short drives that wind up ending in punts because you're in 3rd and 12. You don't get the fourth or the third down conversion. Now you're punting. And Tulane's like, thanks for the ball. We're going to now milk this clock and get 3 or 7 points at the end of this drive. I think Tulane gets this done outright. We're taking the 2.5. I think, conference champs. This has been a perennial powerhouse too, as well, in this conference. Summerall, he goes out on top, put it that way. That's how I like it there with Tulane. And maybe they could get the outright bid. Looks like they should if they win there. We'll see come playoff selection time. But then on to another Friday night conference championship here, the Mountain West Conference Championship. A lot of scrutiny on why is UNLV in this game. At the end of the day, one of the most high-powered offenses in this conference, if not the most high-powered offense. 10-2 record. This meeting last time was close until about the middle of that third quarter, and it just unraveled. 56-31 Boise State. And then UNLV loses the very next week to New Mexico. Actually, they had a bye there in between, but again, after that, UNLV went on a little bit of a run there. 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row. We were on a couple of them there with UNLV as well. We could see it that they still had the hunger there. An outright win over UCLA's, not terrible. I get UCLA hasn't been the greatest of Big Ten teams this year and in shambles, but UCLA did some things this year. I think this UNLV team has enough to actually rally. This is a triple, quadruple revenge spot. Boise State has been owning UNLV in recent history. At the end of the day, I think talent for talent, you can call me crazy. I just think the game got away from them. I like Calandria a lot more than Madsen. I think Calandria, almost 3,000 yards passing out of him. He's mobile as well, almost 600 yards rushing. They have Jaden Thomas here, this running back into the Florida things, almost 1,000 yards this year, 12 touchdowns. I think UNLV, again, they control the clock. They don't try to put it up in the air too much here against Boise State and give them a chance to turn them over. Give me UNLV here, plus the 3.5. And because, like I said, I think they go ball control style running. Jaden Thomas, 100-plus yards rushing. That's how UNLV is going to get it here. UNLV plus the 3.5. Now we're on to the Thursday nighter in the NFL. Cowboys, Lions. All I could think about there is those tackle eligible plays. Dan Campbell. This is becoming, I mean, it's always been a historic rivalry. Cowboys, Lions normally played on Thanksgiving for many years. This one. I'm going to go to the better team, I think, the Lions. I think they control this game. The defense hasn't played great at times, but at times also they've been next man up and, shown up. And the last couple weeks there against the Giants didn't play well. Obviously against the Packers, they on Thanksgiving didn't play well. But then they show up there against the Eagles. Or, they show up there against those Buccaneers. I don't know. I definitely think the Lions are live in this spot to win this game. -3. I don't mind laying it. The total, can't get behind anybody. I'm not going to get mad at anybody wanting to go over. Because, like I said, the Lions at times have had good defense, but at times, they 30 to give up 27 like that to the Giants or 31 to the Packers. And they give up 27 to the Packers as well, the first game of the year. I don't know. What is it? It's Lions, though, -3. Is that what I'm on? I just can't get there with the Cowboys. I think they're fool's gold, plain and simple. The props I like, I'll be a hater. Under 75 yards receiving for CeeDee Lamb. I think Detroit secondary still is one of the best. Whether if it's Brian Branch and the rest of these crew in there, Amir Robertson, plenty of other guys, Terran Arnold. It's been next man up too when these guys are out. Those backups have come in and played well. Give me the under 75 yards receiving for CeeDee Lamb. And yes, I think they run the ball right down Dallas's throat. Jahmyr Gibbs has looked like the best running back all year long. Also able to catch it out of the backfield. I like McCaffrey props, but also like Jahmyr Gibbs props. 100-plus rushing and receiving yards. That's the total yards prop there if you have that. If your book offers that, try to find the 100. It might be like a 125. But, yeah, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going over that. Maybe like an 80-yard rushing, 40-yard, 50-yard receiving type day out of him. Big day out of Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe start getting rid of this David Montgomery. Anybody that knows me knows I've bashed him plenty enough. But I still like the Lions there, -3 versus the Cowboys.